Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Tom Johnson begins now.
Good evening. The spike in Tasmanian COVID cases is beginning to take its toll on the events industry. Stall holders have been left struggling at the Taste as attendance drops. The blow made worse by a decline in interstate travellers.
A nurse on the front line of the pandemic, Gabby Cleaver has worked tirelessly during Melbourne's many outbreaks.
Obviously really taxing both emotionally and physically.
This week she was sent to visit her family in Tasmania for the first time in a year. A trip cancelled after COVID swept through her household, resulting in her becoming a close contact.
And I thought I'd have that little bit of reprieve going home to see mum and dad and my family. But COVID has once again prevented this from happening.
With a spike in Omicron cases around the country, travel into Tasmania has dropped by 50%. Paired with rising cases here, it's left events like a Taste of Summer feeling the pinch.
I can say that it's challenging times at the moment financially.
Entry free tomorrow in an attempt to provide a boost.
But the only thing we can do in support of our stallholders right now is to throw the doors open and give people a chance to come down and support them.
A veteran horse trainer is among the many Tasmanians concerned about COVID cases in the state.
I've been double vaccinated and I've had a booster shot, but my lungs are compromised and it's highly likely that I will get it. You know, how badly it will affect me, I don't know.
Worried, some are becoming complacent. He wants to see additional measures put in place, including an industry-wide vaccination mandate. Already a requirement for large meets under the government's events framework. He's planning on avoiding this week's Devonport Cup as a precaution.
It's my choice not to go, but to me it's just like playing Russian roulette. You know, if I go there and there's COVID, there's a bloody good chance I'm going to get it.
The opposition arguing the government hasn't done enough to reassure the wider community.
But we also need the government to be providing adequate resources to make sure that we do stop the spread at a rapid rate.
Meg Sides, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmania has recorded 404 new coronavirus infections. The total number of active cases is now more than 1,200. There are now 3 people with COVID in hospital, although 2 of those were admitted due to unrelated conditions. None are currently in ICU. Police are investigating a firearms incident which saw a weapon discharged into the front of a Perth house. A flammable substance in a container was also thrown at the home, which was occupied when the incident occurred at 11:20 last night. The flames were quickly extinguished and nobody was injured. Anyone who saw a red sedan travelling south in the area last night is asked to contact police. 35 people lost their lives on Tasmanian roads in 2021. While the figure is 2 less than the year prior, the RACT says widespread action needs to be taken to curb Tasmania's fatality rate.
Road safety is about health, it's about education, it's about enforcement, it's about laws, and it's about workplace health and safety.
It says it's hopeful the Upper House inquiry currently underway can help identify solutions to the problem. With the New Year's party still fresh in our minds, celebrations have continued on Tasmania's east coast. The Hair of the Dog Festival was back for another year at the iconic Spring Bay Mill, with musicians playing to a sold-out crowd.
A chance to rejuvenate, recover and revive is the mantra behind the annual Hair of the Dog festivities.
Well, we call it Hair of the Dog because it's about recovery. So we find that people are a bit worse for wears on New Year's Day. So we'll go the day after New Year's Day and everyone just gets to relax.
Tasmania's east coast made for the event's perfect location.
There's a lot of really good singers here and the food's really good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful space, really spacious, really nice setup, not too crowded, lovely.
As hundreds flock to the renovated Spring Bay Mill for an afternoon of music and fun.
There's a huge sense of a community here that is burgeoning for the tourism and arts industry in Tasmania.
It's been an event-deprived 12 months for Tasmanians, so celebrating the state's finest. Homegrown produce was also top priority for organisers.
We are really lucky. We've got amazing chefs here on site. We also grow all of our own produce in an organic market garden on the property.
After a successful first instalment of the event, it's now been brought back for a second year, offering up a unique and intimate experience.
We want people to be able to experience the renovation and the rejuvenation of this old industrial precinct here at the mill.
With just 250 people filling out the space in an effort to keep the festivities pandemic friendly.
We're actually sold out and we kept the capacity really low because we wanted it to be an intimate event and we're just being really COVID safe.
Grace Evans, 7 Tasmanian News.
Hello again. It's been the recurring story of the Jack Jumpers so far. An early lead built off the back of tough defence before the offence goes cold. Tasmania fought hard in the first game of the new year against Melbourne United, but came up short, losing by 4 points.
Looking to win back-to-back games for the first time, the Jack Jumpers welcomed a star-studded Melbourne United, and aggressive Josh Adams ensured Tasmania led into quarter time.
Getting inside, lays it up with the left hand.
The American playing a big hand in building a game-high 10-point lead. But that advantage was wiped out quickly as Melbourne began to dominate the inside.
Rolling to the basket, Dellavedova found him and won.
Down by 1 at the half, the going got no easier in the third.
Hook Porty runs the floor, stuffs it.
Adams had 23 points for the night, coming up late in the game with this bit of magic.
Late in the clock, he'll have to shoot. Golding made life difficult. How's that from Josh Adams?
Oh my.
But it wasn't enough. Melbourne securing the win with this dunk in the final seconds.
Melbourne get it in and find Joe Lualachul.
The final score 76-72.
We're trying to live in that world of keeping teams in the 70s, and I expect that out of everyone we play. And kind of stay in that range, and then, hopefully some offensive things start clicking for us.
Tasmania's shooting woes returned as the team went sub 30% from behind the line and scored only 7 points in the final quarter. The coach says progress will come.
Well, it's a work in progress. You have 15 brand new players, and we've been in existence for 6 weeks.
Health now a concern for the team, with Will Magnay out due to COVID protocols and Josh Adams limping off the court near the end of the game. Josh Duggan, 7 Tasmania News.
Despite a strong start for the Hurricanes bowling department, a batting collapse saw the home side suffer a 14-run loss. The Brisbane Heat staged a sensational comeback as Ben McDermott lost his bid for a 3rd straight century.
Chasing their 3rd consecutive win, the Hurricanes came out firing with some superb work with the ball.
Didn't last long. Meredith got it right. That is a beautiful delivery.
Riley Meredith snagged the first wicket of the match, followed closely by Tommy Rogers, who sent Duckett walking for just 5 runs.
Very comfortable. There's a wider one from Rogers.
The onslaught continued with a sensational catch out in the field by Nathan Ellis, seeing just 7 overs gone and the Heat 3 for 38.
Into the action with a huge effect. Chris Lynn goes. More trouble for the Brisbane Heat.
It was clear Blunston Arena fans were up and about with this epic BBL catch on the hill.
Spilled over the back and just a one-hander. Chap didn't spill a drop of his drink.
Although the Heat managed to recover, posting a total that would take some chasing. Matthew Wade and Ben McDermott opened the batting, but the speed of Bartlett proved lethal, dismissing the skipper for 1.
He was outstanding against the Sixers a few nights ago, and that is the perfect start. It's a shake of the head from Matt Wade.
Stepping up to the crease with a 3rd BBL century on his mind, it was all over in a flash for McDermott, out for a duck.
Whoa, it's game on now. Whoa, what a start from the Brisbane Heat. That did look absolutely plum.
The cracking start for the Heat only continued with some quality bowling from Ajib, sending Harry Brook walking, leaving the Canes 3 for 38.
Brilliant bowling. He's been so economical, he builds up pressure.
And the wickets just kept coming, with the Heat's top 4 BBL hopes now remaining alive.
The bit quick bowler got there. The nightmare continues for Darcy Short.
Falling by 14 runs in the final over, the Hurricanes' run of victories came to an end. Grace Evans, 7 Tasmanian News.
Launceston had the state's top temp today, reaching 30 degrees, Burnie 28, Devonport 23 and a top of 19 in Hobart. We saw below average maximums in the southeast of the state, with temperatures 1 to 2 degrees above average elsewhere. St Helens recorded a top of 29, Bushy Park 26, Smithton and Low Head both 25, Lyowini 20. A band of cloud crossed the state from the northwest with high cloud across the northeast. On the bigger picture, we can see that high cloud extending into southern New South Wales. To tomorrow now, and the chart shows a ridge of high pressure moving over Tasmania from a high south of the Bight, and several troughs extending over much of the mainland. On the waters, southerly winds reaching 25 knots about the northwest in the afternoon, swells building to up to 3 metres in the west and south. A cloudy day for Hobart tomorrow, looking at a top of 20 degrees. Dover 18, a shower or two for ooze. Launceston, a possible shower, 25 the top. Devonport fine and 21, Scottsdale 23. A shower or two for Burnie tomorrow, 19. Fine and partly cloudy conditions for Strawn and Stanley. St Helens partly cloudy and 19. A possible shower for Swansea, Ross 22. UV reaching an extreme 11. Looking ahead to Tuesday, showers about the northwest, northeast and central plateau, but mainly fine elsewhere. Wednesday, showers about the northeast, east coast and southwest of the state. Thursday, rain about northern and eastern parts with possible heavy falls. Now to the mainland, sunny in Perth tomorrow with a top of 34, Adelaide sunny and 27, a top of 29 degrees in Sydney, Melbourne partly cloudy and 22. And finally, Tom, here's a look at the current conditions, and with that, it's back to you.
Okay, thanks for that, Britt. And that's all from us this Sunday evening. Kim will join you tomorrow. Thank you as always for joining us. Good night.